brother was just taken from us. He had a big heart. We all loved him so much.
He was a pretty happy child. He was very curious. Julian loved all his friends and especially his girlfriend. He has 3 beautiful kids. He loved life, but he just couldn't get a hold of what he really needed to. I love him very much and I miss him a lot.
Opioids are starting to be an epidemic. We've been seeing an increase in the number of overdose events and overdose deaths for many, many years now. We see it as a health issue and not as a moral issue, in that everyone deserves help. No one deserves to die because of their addiction.
My wife is a first-generation survivor. I'm a second-generation. My son and daughters here, they're like third-generation survivors. Each individual has to look at what happened to us. The residential school survivors, what they did or did not do to keep their young ones alive, and well, let them grow up, without the emotional, or sexual or physical violence. Yes, there were people dying. 25 years ago, our people were dying. But now, there's fentanyl.
I'm often asked, why do people use? And I don't think that's the right question, because that sounds a bit like, what's wrong with you? It's more like, what happened? Why do you find yourself here? And most of the time you'll hear from people that they're using to try and feel better about something.
I hope the ones that are affected through second and third generations with the drugs and the alcohol, they really seek the help they need, and that is through counseling.
There was a lot of counseling. And in that counseling, at first it dealt with the drugs and alcohol, but then after that, we got into the trauma part of what residential school did to us.
Try and hold their own families really close and talk to them a lot more and communicate with them. Try and think of other alternatives in their lives.
For me, it was like stepping back and looking at my son and holding him and saying, I love you, son. Whenever you want, we're here for you.
One of the first things that you want to say to someone you love who's using is to ask them, make them promise to not use alone. People who use alone can't be helped when they get into trouble.
Just stay strong. Don't give up on yourself. You got your family that care about you. Your parents, your brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles. There's a much better life out there. Know that there's help out there. It's not too late.
There's a lot that we can do to help our loved ones who suffer from addiction. And I don't think there's a family out there that isn't affected by addiction, so let's all do that we can to save their lives.